Hello everybody and welcome to the Fancy Sip Review. Today on the Fancy Sip Review I'm going to be trying the Oowee Fruit Punch Lemonade made by the Miami, Florida-based company Rap Snacks. Rap Snacks was made by a man named James Lindsay, who in the 1980s must have seen what the crack epidemic did to the inner city and thought to himself, I'll be a little bit more subtle with it. Rather than causing gang violence, I'll just cause obesity and heart conditions. And it is kind of interesting to me because back in the 90s and the early 2000s, you did have your conscious hip-hop musicians like Mos Def and Talib Kweli, and to a minor extent, people like Sage Francis talking about how the government is killing people in the projects, but I've yet to see anybody call out James Lindsay for doing essentially the same thing, but instead of targeting gang members, he's targeting children who are walking to the bodega and seeing one of their favorite musicians. Now, this isn't the first time that a musician has advertised anything unhealthy, obviously. You have Nelly advertising Pimp Juice, and you have Little John with his Crunk Energy. However, the difference is that the Pimp Juice and the Crunk were sold in places for some reason, like Comp USA and Micro Center until relatively recently, whereas the Rap Snacks are sold at your local bodega and your local Dollar Tree. And, that's all I have to say about this. It is kind of funny. I'm not going to say that it's only rappers doing this kind of stuff, obviously. Toby Keith had his own bar and grill, which I guess that's advertising food, but obviously people are drinking, and there's that whole Red Cup country musician thing, so it's not just rappers doing this. It is just kind of funny that this is essentially going to be a secondary version of what Fubu was, where this is going to be a snack food for the rap community or people living in an inner city. So that's everything that I have to say about the Rap Snack in itself. I'm going to talk to you now about this actual drink itself, which isn't just a company. So this is going to be a fruit punch lemonade. I am excited to see if this is a carbonated beverage. I'll tell you the ingredients in this and the nutrition facts. You are getting in one serving size, which just says one bottle, 20 ounces. You're getting 55 milligrams of sodium, 75 grams of carbohydrates, 73 grams of sugar with an included 73 grams of sugar. In this one bottle, you are getting 320 calories in 147% of your daily amount of sugar. The ingredients in this are water, high fructose corn syrup, citric acid, potassium citrate, natural and artificial flavor, red 40, sodium benzoate, which is a preservative, modified cornstarch, calcium disodium, EDTA. So this is going to be a lemonade. This isn't going to have anything carbonated in this, so this is not going to be a soda. This drink itself is advertised by a rapper named Little Baby, and it's good to see that rappers are still using the name Little and using Baby as a name. Babyface was a popular R&B musician, and people like Little John and Lil Wayne have been using Little for a while. This says 4PF and QC, which I have absolutely no clue what that means. In this drink, it is supporting a nonprofit. Well, it's probably a for-profit, but it's advertising a company called Boss Up, which is the Atlanta Children's Shelter in Miami, Florida, on Flagler Street. So I don't know. It's obviously they're giving back to the community as they're targeting the community with something unhealthy, and how much of the money is actually going to the children's shelter and how much is just going to the for-profit, who really knows? It's probably 70-30 or probably less. Probably all interns that are working for this, and it's just one company giving money to another company. And so let's show off this bottle. This is the drink itself on the front, the Oowee Fruit Punch Lemonade. It is a very red drink. A lot of these healthy companies avoid using artificial colors, especially red. I think one of the reds is made with a beetle or something like that. Over here, that is the logo that I was talking about, which I don't really know what it means. over here, this picks up, we have the nutrition facts of the drink, in which you can read for yourself. And if you're smart, decide not to drink this. And over here, we have that for-profit or non-profit charity, which I will look into after this video and see if I was completely wrong and judged a book by its cover, or if it is what every other charity like Autism Speaks is, and it's just a way to make money and not have anybody actually work. Well, exploiting cheap labor of college students who think they're doing good deeds. So let's see how the wrap snacks fruit punches. I have very low expectations for this, but it has a lot of sugar in it, and drinks like Crunk are really good. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm 50-50, honestly. I'm expecting this to be bad, but if I'm pleasantly surprised, I won't be surprised somehow. So I'm going to open this up right now. There was a little sound of carbonation. I don't know what that comes from if there's no carbonation in this drink. I want to pour this right now. I think that's a good amount to drink of the wrap snack Oowee fruit punch lemonade. Get a good little upward shot of the bottle itself. So here is the drink. It is a very red beverage. This reminds me a lot of that, I think it's Indian or Pakistani energy drink Sting and Charge, how it is an incredibly red beverage. Look at this drink. This is definitely a fruit punch. There's no doubt about that. This is a very strong smelling beverage as well. You're really smelling that fruit punch taste. It also, admittedly, does smell like that cough syrup that children drink, or I guess everybody drinks it. I guess cherry cough syrup is the default flavor of cough syrup, but it's also kind of funny in the context of this being a wrapper beverage, how they would advertise gripping and sipping and drinking DXM and cough syrup with Sprite. Now, I do think it would be funny to mix this with Sprite, but I did not have the foresight to buy any Sprite to mix this with and do the grip and sip. But you yourself, the audience of the Fancy Sip Review, could do that yourself and tell me how it tastes. So I'm going to give this a try right now and let you know how it tastes in the mouth feel portion of the review. Whoa. I watched a video on YouTube relatively recently, and it was called, I think it was Mexico's addiction to Pepsi or Coca-Cola. And with how this tastes, combining the lemonade and the lack of carbonation with the fruit punch taste, I could easily see how children or, I don't know, people in the inner city could get addicted to this based on just the cost of this. This drink is $1.25, and I don't know. It's not like the people that are living in the Bronx are going to go to the Jada Kiss juice bar, which is up there, when for 1/8 of the cost, they're going to have a drink that tastes just as fruity and honestly just as tasty. This isn't a bad tasting beverage at all. The issue with this drink is obviously the very high sugar taste to it. The smell of it, again, smells exactly like what a cough syrup would smell like. Give this one more try and give my final thought. So with the drink, the initial taste of this does taste a little bit like a cherry cough syrup. Once the initial taste wears off, it does have a very tasty fruit punch taste. The one thing that I will say that is kind of a negative with this drink, but is also a positive, is this is a lemonade beverage. This is not a soda that is a fruit punch soda, which I thought it was going to be. This is exactly a fruit punch lemonade, but the fruit punch is more or less the first taste that you're going to be getting in this drink, and the lemonade comes afterwards. I don't think going from a very strong sweet taste to a very strong sour taste is really something that I like that much. It does kind of remind me of drinking a Four Loko, where when you're drinking it, you get that tasty, juicy taste, but then you get that aftertaste of just the malted taste. You're getting that here a lot, where it is a very good sugary beverage, but I just wish it was more of a soda with no carbonation, whatever that's called, comparatively to putting the lemonade in it, to just have to not put the carbonated water in it. Yeah, honestly, I don't think that this is that bad of a drink. I think, I think this is a better product than Fubu. I think that this is I don't know. This drink just reminds me of just a rap version of Faygo, where if this was like Eminem's beverage competing with the Insane Clown Posse doing Faygo, I would recommend this to the same extent of Faygo, where this is just like a secondary choice. If you got sick of buying Rip It, you would buy whatever the Rap Snack energy drink would be. Yeah, I don't think it's that bad of a drink. I'm shocked at how much sodas or how much sugar is in this. I think that this drink has more sugar in it than a Mountain Dew. This has, how much does this have? This has 73 grams with an additional 73 grams. What is that, like 100 and a little bit under 150, 148 maybe? I'm not a math person. You might be a math person. You can leave a comment, tell me how much is in here. So what will the Fancy Sipper be giving the Oowee Fruit Punch Lemonade? I'll be giving this I'll give this an 8.3 out of 10. I know I went on about how this is just poisoning the youth in the inner city, but I don't know. It's pretty tasty. I'd rather drink this than one of those like Tahitian treats or one of those blue water sugar drinks that I don't even know what it's called that I just seen thrown on the side of the road by Metropolitan Avenue. So, will you be trying the Rap Snack Fruit Punch? Did the Fancy Sipper help sell you on this drink at the Dollar Tree rather than just buying an energy drink like a Monster? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching this video, and cheers. Clink.